Yo, what's up everyone? Thank you all so much for coming back for another video. I really appreciate you taking the time to do so. In this video today, we're going to talk about my favorite brushes to use in Procreate and ones that I use on a consistent basis. And maybe it'll be some brushes new for you that you do not know about. And don't forget to leave what your favorite brushes are in the comments below, because I will be really talking more in depth about why I use them and how they help me out. And maybe it'll be some brushes new for you. Also, we are almost at 1,000 subscribers. I am so stoked on that. And if there's any videos out there that you feel would benefit other people, just feel free to share these videos below, the share option. And now let's get into the video. So here we are on my iPad Pro that will be upgrading sooner or later, but till then it works perfectly fine. And I'm going to open up we'll unlock it, and we're going to go into what you would call Procreate. And I'm using the Apple Pencil, one of the first generation, whatever you want to call it, but that's not what this video is about. And so normally in Procreate, I would just do screen size. And one of the most important things I have to say for me, what makes it a lot more enjoyable, especially when I'm working on a piece and I have a quote in mind that I want to do, the first brush that I'm going to go to is Grid Builder. And Grid Builder, the good thing about this brush is that they have all these different types of grids that you can use, and they are set up as brushes. I don't know how the Stefan Kuhns and Ian Barnard were able to do it, but let me show you an example. So let's think of a quote really quick. For example, okay, I'll just do love yourself every day. So I think you want to not forget is about hierarchy and the importance of letters that stand out to you. So for me, I am just going to choose a grid that would be, good for me, that would fit my style. So these brushes, the way how they work, you just saw how I resized it. I used the move tool, I think that's what it's called in Procreate. I don't really remember. And you resize it by grabbing the corners, and in Procreate, they have the freeform, uniform, distort, and warp. So you could do whatever. And then you just go through, choose what other grids that you would like, and then you can merge them. And then after, you could choose your final one. So I really recommend these if you are more into using your iPad than actual pencil and paper. So if you really, grids are a good way to have structure for your pieces and really have them look a bit neater. So the first brush, or first set of brushes that I guess you would call it brush set, brush set would be Grid Builder. And then the next one I'd recommend is Letter Builder. Letter Builder, the good thing about these brushes are they have light italic, condensed italic, regular italic, and bold italic. The thing about these brushes are, at first, The thing about them could be tricky, and for example, certain letters. So you could do these the same way as a grid builder to resize, and the same as resizing anything in Procreate. So for these brushes, whenever you're using them, you obviously do not want to draw on the layer of the letter that you put. And me, I like to put these brushes at a different color compared to the color that I am going to be drawing. And the brush that I normally use, as you see, is Studio Pen. And I don't change the spacing, jitter, or fall off. Normally what I would change is the streamline. And as you see, I had it up pretty high. And then you want to really just start out, like case, for example, you're gonna do the letter K. The letter K, you would just go down like this. And as you see, if you know in Procreate, if you hold it down, you would get a straight line on the screen. And then another trick you could do, as you just seen, I duplicated that. And you would keep snapping on. One less thing for you to do. And then you can merge those two. I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up. And as you see here, this is a version of a K that I just did really quick. You can get even more into it, especially with the K, because honestly, with letters, there is no specific way that no specific rules that you really have to follow. So let me do another. Okay, and the thing with these brushes, you really have to take some time to understand them before going and purchasing something and then getting upset saying it is terrible. And then we're gonna go down here and then we can go here. And I'm not trying to make this look perfect. It's just for demonstration purposes. And as you see here, we have another K. And you see how long did that take to do? So that is the second brush that I use on a consistent basis. And then now I'm getting more into actual pieces that I use if I'm looking for textures and just really trying to think outside of the box. And these brushes would be from Calligraphy. Because with brushes, you really just have to experiment and choose what fits what you are looking for. Certain things for me with brushes that I like the different textures and really how they would actually resemble using a real brush pen compared to using a stylus on a tablet screen. So these are one of my favorite sets to use. And then also I like using the dev brushes. I don't honestly use them as much as I used to, but they are brushes worth looking into buying. And then let me show you some other brushes really quick. I remember when I believe Ryan Hamrick, his brush set was one of the first ones that I actually purchased, and his brushes are actually really refreshing, and I just love this texture here. And as you've seen, you see how it started here, and so then I could come back and do that and that, and as just you see the fuzzy edges, all that beautiful texture. And now let's get into the last set of brushes that I use. Hang in there with me, we are almost done. Are brushes from Retro Supply. Retro Supply, to me, the brushes are very, very top quality, good for textures, halftones. So here they have Black Magic halftones, and they have all these different textures. Also cool names. These are cross hatching, as you see, because I'm pretty sure you would like to see how they actually look compared to me just going over them. And there's some more cross hatching. And with these brushes, I don't have to go in and modify anything. Ones that I use a lot to get a great texture are the gouache brushes, because I like how these are all unique and different in different sizes, just like that. Let me show you one more, and that one. And last but not least, the Drunk Sailor brushes. These are another set that are unique, great for shading, adding texture. All right, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching the video and making it all the way to the end, because there my voice goes. You are appreciated for making it all the way to the end of the video. Thank you so much for taking the time to do so. I will see you in the next video. Also, hope you're doing well, staying safe. Love you. Thank you so much for the support.